where's the jit, where's the jit, where's the jit? Represent, that's legit. Ask your mom about it. Coldest story ever told. When the storm had hit my home, I was out there on the road. I ain't had nowhere to go. They used to turn their nose at me later. I suppose this the life I chose. Every day, man, it's a show.
Because I'm really on here talking, giving y'all shout outs, thinking that the stuff is up right, but it's not. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, Kenya B here. Once again, back here on this fine Thursday. Authentic Ears. If you want to catch us live, you have to go over there and like, subscribe, and share Bold and Driven EP. We got a hot topic coming for y'all today. I hope y'all enjoyed our replay last week. It was we had a lot going on, and we got a lot going on today. Shout out to my boy, to my brother, Big Mike. His son is graduating today. Congratulations. I know I was like super, super hyped when my kids graduated. I feel like, I had done accomplished something, and then one child is graduated college, one is in college. So I think I'm gonna really, really, really feel like I accomplished something, once they actually graduate college or whatever. So hey, once again, y'all, we here, we hot, we ready, and we're gonna give it to y'all, the real, the raw, and the relevant. So today's topic, and I'm doing 2, 3 things at one time because I'm waiting on my my co-host to get his stuff together. His stuff ain't together, so I'm waiting on him to do his thing. But today's topic is healing. Are we healing or are we performing? You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times we're seeing a lot of stuff on social media, and it's been really deep. Folks been talking about it, and we go on here and we put on these showcases. I ain't gonna say we because I don't put on no showcase, but these showcases are put on, and are you really healing or are you just performing? In on social media nowadays, we're seeing a lot where, people are out here, they giving a lot of advice to other people. They tell other people what they should and shouldn't do. But have you really sat on that couch, you know what I'm saying, and actually did it yourself? Or are you just out here showboating for the people and thinking like, okay, I got it together. But you really don't. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be talking about that tonight. Once again, like, subscribe, share Bold and Driven EP. If you want to join the platform, because we here, TMI, Mr. TMI News will be taking a break. So he is, I think he'll be back in July. So I'm not 100% sure or not. But the Tea with Trace is here on Monday nights. And I think that's about it for this week or for the rest of this month. So we're going to get started. We're going to get almost all the way into it. And we're going to be talking about it. It's a strong topic. It's very controversial. I don't know if y'all been following this. I think her name Dr. Bryant or whatever. And, some people are mad because I don't know why they mad. But I know that if you are not a licensed therapist, I don't think I would be going to you because you have a lot of people out here that have a lot of mental health issues. So as of right now, since my co-host has finally decided to bless us with his presence, you ain't got nothing to say now. You get on the screen and you just die.
I don't even see myself on the screen. That's the crazy thing.
You here.
Yeah, I
You
don't
you
even
you
see. Listen,
you
but with
here. Let me see if I can take you down and bring you back up since you want to look at yourself.
I just, hey, there I am. Yeah, you saying my name, you must be looking for me. Here I go. What's going on, good people? I'm in the struggle over here this good evening.
I see.
In
I
the struggle.
see.
Couldn't find my link to even log in. And I downloaded the app, I know what week before last, and every time I kept hitting it, it just flashed back to my home screen. So I don't know what was going on with
I
that.
thought you
So
said you weren't going to be using that app anyway.
well, I tried to use it because I thought it would be better, as far as not breaking up, stuff like that, but I don't know. It still
Look,
won't let me in through the app like that.
well, why you keep on doing something that you know that what the definition of that is, right?
What that is?
You know what insanity is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doing the same thing over and over
And ex-
and
and
respect.
expecting and expecting different results. Hold on, I
Yeah.
got I got something in the absence of my good brother who ain't here today because his son graduating today.
Yeah, look, I had already gave a shout out. Like, I was telling the people, look, when my kids graduated, I really thought that I had done did some big shit. I knew I had to did some big stuff. So now I'm just waiting for my son to go on and finish college, and then I'm gonna show enough. Like I done did something. I'm gonna be like, I done accomplished a whole bunch of stuff.
Is you gonna be trying to live La Vida Loca?
Yeah, if they don't go to, cause look, I had done told these kids about these grandparent statuses.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, when I get 55, I got a little grandbaby, and I ain't 55 yet.
Didn't go as planned. Nothing never goes as planned, by the way,
Look,
in
but
case you didn't know.
she's such the sweetest little thing. So you can't help but love her. All she gonna do is fake cry when you think she's sleeping. You look over,
and she got that eye open watching you.
and she's staring at you. If you get
Yeah.
too quiet in the room, she looking around. So it's just one of those things. But hey, look, you had asked me earlier, like, what's today's topic? What's today's topic? I was trying to give me a little break because I was in that DFW traffic today.
Mm.
Pissed off
Took you down through
because
there.
I couldn't even function when I got to the house.
What you do
Look,
when you got home?
I was like, I had put my robe on. It was like I'm just gonna relax. I felt like I had heartburns and everything else. When I say I couldn't function when I got to the house,
Yeah.
I could not freaking function. Couldn't function, because I'm telling you, I was in traffic. It ain't even about driving. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like if you driving a long way, this just for me. If you
Mhm.
driving a long way, you driving a long way.
Right.
But to be going 36 miles and it take you out, that'll piss you the hell off.
It don't add up to it.
It don't add up. The math not mathing, and then I still had to cancel my appointment. So then I had to come back the other way.
Mm-hmm. Same thing.
Same shenanigans. So you like normally when you go into somewhere, you be like, okay, the traffic gonna be bad, but it's gonna be good. No,
Yeah.
it wasn't none of that going on. It wasn't none of that going on. Hey y'all, but anyway, like, subscribe, and share. Bold and Driven EP. Shout out to my piece that is not on here today. I hope I can get them back in here because we ain't stopped. I said okay, I was gonna do the part. Was we on part 3? On part 3?
I think it was on part 3. Yeah.
Oh, what's we on part 4? I don't know. So I got all them topics lined up, but I was like, I ain't gonna even do that. I'm gonna put that on pause
Yeah.
because those topics really, the silent collapse really don't hit all the way, in my opinion, unless them guys is on here. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then Jazz, she come jumping in at the last minute and want to stir up a whole bunch of shit
Yeah,
in the
because
comment.
I ain't even gonna say nothing about her. I'm gonna say that for a later day.
You gonna say that for a later day?
Yeah,
Hey
her
y'all, but
jumping in at the last minute. Yeah, I'm gonna say that for a later day.
look, but like I was saying at the beginning, hey, our topic today is healing. Are we healing or performing? The rise of the internet therapy. Go ahead, D Spoon.
I really needed you to pop that off. I just told you I was discombobulated and just all over the place, you know. But as I say all the time, people are gonna put on a show for social media. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's that I don't even get mad about it no more because that's just the hype of everything nowadays. That's just what people do. That's just what people feel like the trend is. I feel like if you're going to use a social media platform, be real first and
yeah,
foremost. If you're
yeah.
going to be real, there's no sense of going on social media pretending to be something that you're not, pretending to have something that you don't have. Be yourself. You know, if you are a influencer, you know, be an
But
influencer.
what are these people really influencing?
I mean, it's to each his own. You know, everybody have their own different avenue. You know, when it comes to influencing. You know,
But you know what? That goes with the topic, the rise of internet therapy. So, are you like, do you feel like people are influencing people to follow in their paths and their footsteps? And when you start sweeping around their front door, it's a whole bunch of trash.
I don't even think it's necessarily about trying to influence anyone. People just want followers. People want likes. People want views. They can care less if people are actually taking heed to what they're saying, whether it be something positive, if it's something influential. I think a lot of people don't even care about anything
Yeah,
like that. They just care about the followers, the views, the likes, the subscribers. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And it's okay to be liked, to be followed, you know, to have somebody to push that subscribe button. But in my opinion, if you use social media as a platform for anything, use it to lead and to guide, to uplift, to enlighten, you know, about whatever it is that you got going on.
So, but my question, so okay, I'll say this and then I'll ask the question. So like healing and performing, people come on here and they got all these motivational speeches going
Hmm.
on. They on here talking about what they done did to heal, what they done did to do that. Certain things don't work for everybody. So
Correct.
let's just do that. Some people have to go sit on the couch and take medication and exercise.
Yeah.
And if you have ever been to therapy, you know that that is what actually those three combined actually give you a peace of mind. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I ain't no therapist. You know, I I don't know even know if I could be a therapist because I'd be in there telling people quit faking and shit. You know what I'm saying? For real. So and when you combine all of those, it gives different results for different people. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, me going to therapy and taking medication may provide me the results that I need. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Or me going to therapy and actually working out may provide me the results that I need. But you
Hmm.
never know which results they're gonna provide until you actually do it yourself. So I think the
Yeah.
trend, the rise of the internet therapy is the trend is I'm going to do what this person does. And that person is not licensed to even tell you your diagnosis, what's
Correct.
wrong with you. Because are they really breaking down their trauma on
Yeah.
social media? Or are they stunning in front? We're not talking about everybody. Some people they giving it real.
Yeah.
You know, say no chaser. But
Yeah.
some people, when you are looking at them on social media and they are giving people advice, what type of damn advice are they giving? Because are they really healed? Because you see them, they heal it, and then when they go through something, they done fell off again, and then they come back to try to motivate the crowd.
Yeah.
So even though we talk about social media using the platform for something positive, can that positive information that I am using hinder somebody else because instead of them saying, okay, I'm going to go and sit on the couch and talk to a licensed therapist, a
Hmm.
licensed psychologist, is that going to hurt them or help them?
Hmm. So let me begin out by saying this to anyone in that field of work that's licensed and they choose to use social media as a platform to for outreach, for anybody's situation, regardless of what they have going on. Because as we all know, majority of your licensed therapists are going to want you in their chair so that they can make $1 off of that.
Mm,
Nothing wrong with that. That's what you went to school for. That's what you sacrificed for, and you spent money for to become a license wherever it is. So if that's what you do, shout out to you for doing that, and you use social media to try to reach out to people that are going to different things in their lives. But as far as unlicensed people, we have to be careful about who we listen to. Because
okay.
as you say, we have some that are out there just for the fame, just for the show. And you have some that are out there unlicensed, but they have experienced things in their lives. They have overcome, like you say, they have healed, and now they want to give back.
Okay.
They want to reach out to somebody and say, "Hey, I overcame this. I healed from this. So my testimony is valid." You understand what I'm saying?
Okay. So, but are
But
they looking good for online or are they truly healed? Because how can you determine that if I could do take one, two, and three, you know what I'm saying, of a video that I post to get it just right?
mhm. Well, that's something that each person individually have to deal with on their own. It's so difficult to tell when people are authentic or not nowadays. People can
Yeah.
put on a show so damn good nowadays. It's hard to tell who's authentic or who's just out there just to be doing stuff. Hey, look at me. This is what I'm doing. And not to
Yeah.
take away for the people who have good intentions about helping people based off of what they experienced in their lives, what they healed from, and what they're continuing to be a better person from. It's kind of a
But
thin it's kind of a thin line.
wouldn't that just be talk therapy? I'm just telling you what I've been through instead of, you know what I'm saying, you pretty much trying to monetize pain and suffering. Because that's
Correct.
what I feel like people, not a lot of people, some people are doing. They are monetizing pain and suffering.
Yeah.
And are you really truly healing or are you performing for the gram? Are you performing for TikTok? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because now if you getting views because of your pain and suffering,
Hmm.
and have you really overcame that whatever was latching on to you?
Yeah. So
Have you really overcame?
so for me, it's I think it's easier for me, and don't ask me why, I don't know, but it's easier for me to see through a lot of bullshit. Like, don't come telling me about your addictions that you had in the past, and it's obvious that those addictions still have some form of control over you. You understand what I'm saying?
So what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
So addictions, we'll just say drug addictions. You have people that have dealt with drug addictions throughout their lives, and will try to get on social media and give people the 7 steps to success about overcoming drug addictions, and you're still an addict, or whatever the case may be. Whatever your addiction is, it don't necessarily always have to be drugs. But don't try to tell me about overcoming something that you really haven't overcome yourself.
Yeah.
Seek help. If you've tried and tried and tried and you can't overcome that, seek help, seek advice. Talk to somebody who was in the same situation that you was in, because that's who I feel like that's who's gonna reach people more than ever. I'm not saying that being book smart and and,
Okay.
and all of that stuff is irrelevant, but people that have endured the same situations that people are going through, stand a much better chance of reaching out to that individual, if that makes sense.
When you say reaching out, do you think are you saying reaching out as far as guiding them in the right direction to potentially get professional help,
Absolutely.
or just being able to tell them, because everybody struggles. We'll talk about drug addiction only because where I grew up, almost everybody was on drugs. That's just kind of how it was. You know what I'm saying? And it was very unfortunate. And you have some people that were closet addicts.
Mm-hmm.
You had a lot of closet addicts that they was picture perfect on the outside, but when they get in their house at night, they hitting them lines to go to sleep.
Right.
For real. But it's true. They hitting them lines to go to sleep. They put it up their nose, they go to sleep. When they get up in the morning, they got to take a shot of whiskey to even get started for their work day. And then they'll go to work. Functioning addicts. They're gonna go to work all day long.
Yeah.
They're gonna work real hard. They might hit a line on lunch break. We just never know. And they were successful for years. I personally know people who worked on a job for, we're talking about 20, 30, 40 years and retired, only to find out that they are stone cold pill heads. Like that's what they do. They pop pills. So yes, somebody who has really changed their life, I think that they can bring awareness to people and can help people find out, okay, where do I need to be? But I'm more so talking about these internet folks that are they really even healed? We would never know. I know people that get on social media, they got all this motivational shit going on, and people are using a lot of words that have been used previously, but now they're using words like gaslighting. Oh, you gaslight me. Sometimes it ain't gaslighting. Sometimes somebody just telling you how it really is. But then now you want to protect your damn peace. But what peace are you protecting? Because I didn't gaslight you. So it is because of social media and so many people have so much access to stuff and they read one part of the book. You're supposed to read the entire book, not just one chapter, and say, okay, I'm an expert in this. But now people are using it and they've never really truly experienced it, because to me, they are what they're saying somebody else is.
Correct.
So they are gaslighting somebody. They are being narcissistic towards somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then when somebody come at them, then it's like they're flipping these roles around to make themselves sound a little bit better and to make it seem like I'm protecting my damn peace. But what peace are you really protecting?
Yeah. I think, man, like you say, that life is surrounded by social media nowadays, whether it be TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. Like social media is just all over the place. Everybody's looking for, monetary gains and a lot of things that they are doing. There's still a lot of authentic people out there that are using the, social media platform for good reasons. But the majority, it's all for likes. It's all for views. It's all for this. It's all for that. But shout out to any and everybody that is utilizing social media for outreach, that is utilizing social media to really just, help the next person. Like, you truly healed, as you say, you truly healed from something.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're trying to assist and help somebody else heal from the things that you heal from, because you have that experience. Is it a bad thing for people who really aren't 100% healed and trying to help somebody? I really can't answer that question.
But I think sometimes, honestly, I'm tired of giving advice to people that don't listen.
Yeah.
Because even though that you have been healed and you have overcame, and to me, healing is a journey every day.
Correct.
Healing ain't I'm healed today, and that's that. Healing is a journey. You can always have a relapse. That's why they say once an addict, always an addict.
Yeah.
That don't mean that they're actively using drugs. That means that any trigger, or if you're not careful and you're not still practicing those healing mechanisms, can cause you to actually relapse. So to me, it's like healing is an everyday thing. Just because I went to therapy, I've been in therapy for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times. It's just been an ongoing battle, and really with PTSD, abandonment issues, a lot of stuff that I actually suffer from may not surface for a whole year.
Mhm.
So I may be good for a whole year, and then next thing I know, then I need to go sit back on somebody's couch. I like more holistic therapy though, and that is a combination of therapy and exercise, because that medicine make you feel like it make you. To me, I want to be myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to have control of my actions, but I still want to be myself, if that makes sense.
Meds are more controlling in my opinion.
It controls you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, me personally, I just like taking meds, even when my allergies and sinuses get to acting a fool. I hate to take them because
So you just gonna sneeze and snickle and all this stuff. You don't care.
I don't like feeling drowsy. I feel like the medicine causes me to be in a state that is unnatural, and I don't like that,
Yeah.
So, and I'm not saying nothing bad about medicine. People who actually need medicine in order, I'm not saying nothing bad about it. But I grew up and I've seen my mom, aunts, uncles, and the doctors didn't prescribe them. Each 6, 7, 8, 9 different type of medications. They can't even remember which one is which and what time to take it. And I'm like, nah.
That's why you have to get a pill box.
Just let me go on and go. If I got to sit there and try to remember.
Now, okay, so now hold on, back up. So teaspoon. So if they said if you take this one pill every day, you gonna leave.
I've seen my mama with had 8, 9 bottles, and she was like, "Go give me the bottle that got this on it." And I'm like, "How the hell she remember what she got to take and what? And each one you got to take it at this time and this many times a day."
But if you trying to heal, would you remember?
I guess, but I don't know. Just let me go on and go. Just take me to the wild.
Don't even do that. But hold on, while you said that, we was having a conversation the other day about them church songs. And they were supposed to be healing for you, right?
We can do this.
I was just saying, we talking about healing up.
We can do it.
We talking about healing because some of them damn church songs was a performance.
So we listen, people. We ain't talking about the songs that our ancestors were singing out there in the
Father Abraham had many songs.
Yeah, we ain't talking about all of them songs right there. We talking about these songs that they had us singing in Vacation Bible School and stuff like that, and just all these other little random songs. And let me let you introduce what we was talking about, and then I'm gonna get into it. Go ahead.
Look, hold on. I'm trying to think of a song.
Because we sat there and talked about a couple different songs, and I was like, "This song I'm talking about."
Hold on, what song was it?
The song talking about.
It's the song Tamala Man be singing all the time.
Tamala Man, take me to the king.
Yeah.
Take me. Truth is, I'm tired. Options are few. So listen, no, but for real, I can understand we go through things in life and we get tired and we get fed up. But I don't want to go. I ain't ready to go. Do you hear me? I'm being for real.
Truth is, I'm tired.
Tamala Man, Mr. Brown, don't get mad at me, but I ain't ready to go. I'm sorry. I'm good. If I gotta wake up tomorrow and it'd be a little struggle.
But honestly, was these church songs healing or was they just up there performing? Because we really singing ourselves on
No.
to
No,
the
but
glory.
listen, what was the other song?
I can't.
What? It was another song, and I had to sit back and think, and I'm like, why I'm talking about dying and I'm ready to go, and I ain't even really lived yet. You know, I ain't even half a century yet. I ain't trying to go nowhere.
For real. For real.
Yeah, I ain't
Look,
trying to go nowhere. Yeah, it's
look,
hard out here.
when I think of the song, I'ma circle back to it because it was
Listen,
like 4 5 songs
I'm gonna say
that we
this.
were talking about.
I'm gonna say this. Like, people always, you remember the saying, we live to die. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's kind of true in a way because you're born, you live, you die.
Yeah.
You come into the world, somebody's taking care of you. Before you leave the world, you old, can't
I
really
hope
care
my
for
kids
yourself.
take care of me when I'm old. Put
Yeah.
me in the back room. I keep on telling them that. Put me in the back room. Don't send me over there to the VA so them people could be
No,
pinching me.
no.
They gonna be pinching me and
I
stuff
took
and
care.
leaving me
Look,
in
I
my
took care
pamper.
of you all these years. Take care of me when I can't take care of myself. That's all I had. I don't care how mad you get at me. Close the door on me. Look, if I get on your nerve, just close the door. Make sure I didn't ate
But
now.
you know what? I really, if my kids can take it, just put me somewhere. I don't care. I got. You could put me somewhere. However, when we talk about healing, and we discussed this, I think we discussed this before. Shout out to my girl, Tracy. The T is for Tracy. She airs on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. She is deep diving in it. No contact, narcissistic parent. She is really just really telling her story, and it's so impactful that a lot of people go through it. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna tie that into what we're talking about now. That could be, is that a form of healing? And me and her spoke briefly, and that's her form of healing is, speaking on it and getting that out there and getting it off her. But when you have parents that were performing their entire life, do you expect your kids to take care of you when you get old and shitty?
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Well,
question.
you would think that they would be more than happy to do such a thing, but what if you haven't had the best relationship, with your kids throughout the years, regardless of what the situation, may be. But I feel like I'm not gonna say it's their, no, I'm gonna say it's their responsibility to take care of their parents when they get to. I'm gonna
I'm
say it's
not.
their responsibility. I'm not saying put their
We
life on
we
hold,
can
put their
argue.
life on the back burner, but
We finna argue
I
because if
agree
your
with you.
parents did not take care of you
Hmm.
when you were younger, it is not your responsibility to take care of them. Because technically, if you really think about it, when a baby is born,
Hmm.
right, you take care of that baby. You feed that baby. You provide them. You nurture them. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? You change their pamper and you guide them through life so that they can be productive.
Hmm.
Now, if you got a parent that didn't do that, now your shitty ass in a pamper. Now you want me to come and take care of you when you did not do that for me. You didn't nurture me because the
Hmm.
roles are reversed. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Because when the elderly get old, somebody has to take care of them when they can't take care of themselves.
Yeah.
So for the parents out here that done shitted on their kids, don't get mad when they put you in the nursing home. So
Yeah.
and people have different out. I'm not saying who right or who wrong, but I already know somebody might be getting pinched at the nursing home. And I'm
Somebody,
gonna be, yeah,
and you ain't gonna care.
sleep real good at night. Sleep real good at night. And people could say, oh, that's wrong or whatever. But when you really talk about healing, you know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So, those things could be triggers for you. So when people say, oh, you only have one parent, you only have this, you only have that. But once you healed and you had let go a lot of baggage in your life, whether it's your parents, whether it's a job, whether it's emotional abuse, whether it's physical abuse, why would you go back to that again when, especially if that person ain't did no work on themselves to heal?
Right.
Because that's just like saying if somebody got beat by their parents, like literally beat, and that's a trigger for them. When their parents get old, are you supposed to take care of them if you've already been on your healing journey?
Yeah.
And we talking about true healing journey.
Yeah. Yeah. It's that's a difficult one for me because that's something I've never experienced myself personally. I would love to see, children, all children and parents get along. Unfortunately, that's not going to be the case in every situation, in every family or household. It's sad, but
Yeah.
a lot of parents bring that upon themselves. A lot of children bring that upon themselves. So it's kind of, it's kind of vice versa. That's just the fucked up way of the world that we live in nowadays, that we would even have to sit and have a conversation such as that. Children turning on parents, parents turning on children, or parents not truly loving and caring for their kids as they should have from the beginning to the end. And
Hmm.
and vice versa. It's sad that that we even have to talk about that in this day and age. But it's been going on forever. It ain't like it just started last week.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah.
going on forever. Men and women having kids and not rearing and caring for them kids as they should have
As
throughout the
they should.
years. Being supportive. Like, you made the conscious decision to lay down and have a child, you know, and so it has become your responsibility, ma'am, sir, to care for those children that you created, you know, and for them not to accept that and embrace that because they had other things going on in their lives, regardless
Yeah.
if it was
Yeah.
addictions or anything that kept them from being a great parent. You don't even have to be a great parent, be a good parent.
Hmm.
You ain't got to be great, just be a good parent. Be in their lives, be supportive, be an ear. I seen a post today, and I don't even know if it's real or not, but it was a little girl, I don't know, preschool maybe, standing on stage, just graduated. The father came from work. He was all dirty and nasty. I don't know, maybe it looked like he worked in the oil field or something like that. Like I said, I don't know if it was Photoshop, if it was real or whatever, but the baby mother was complaining in that situation, saying that I'm sick of this shit. I'm gonna put you on child support. And why would you come to her graduation looking like that? Now the girl up there all smiles from ear to ear.
Yeah.
Now he looking a hot mess now. But if this story is real, he made a decision to say, okay, I just got off work. I ain't got time to go to the house, take a shower, get cleaned up without missing this point in her life. So
Yeah.
I'm going to get there regardless what I look like, because I don't care nothing about these other folks that's in here. My baby is going to be excited that I came and I was supportive of her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he did
So
that.
So with that being said, that's part of trauma. Okay.
Yeah.
So are men allowed, we're saying that if this story is true, are men actually, why is it that society commend women for accepting, for expressing emotional behavior, emotional trauma? And and I didn't see the post, but I'm pretty sure a lot of bandwagon jumpers were on there, you know what I'm saying, and saying, oh, he shouldn't have did that, he shouldn't have did that. You just, because there's a whole bunch of ignorant people out here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say this in this way, and I'm gonna go back to my question. And if you was in the military, you had kids. Your ass might have been out there at that range, and you got to go to your kids' graduation.
Yeah.
And when you step in, you might as well call them little dusty because you don't have time. But like
Right.
you said, the kids don't even care. Half of this shit that adults are complaining about,
Hmm.
kids don't care nothing about none of that stuff.
At all.
They don't care nothing about none of that stuff. You mentioned like just you gotta be great, but do your best.
Yeah.
Kids remember that my parents showed up at this function for me.
Correct. That's all she gonna remember.
If they don't remember nothing else, my parent did this, my parent did that. They don't care nothing about none of this stuff. And then will brag about where they daddy worked at. So
Yeah.
do you think that with that, are men allowed to heal out in public, or do they have to heal in private? Because if that's true, that would be a traumatic situation for a man that's actually trying to, not trying, who
Yeah.
actually showed up
Yeah.
for
Once
their kid.
once again, like I say, I don't know if the story was true. You know, it's so much bullshit out there on social media nowadays. But it, I I would have felt some type of way. I got a baby mama. We don't really see eye to eye, but I'm in my child's life. Hey, it's a graduation day with Dan. I can't afford to take off work, but I can go to work and still make her graduation. I'm not gonna be there.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna have time to, go home, shower, get dressed, get clean. I might not have no PTO, no sick time. Boss might be tripping, or they probably ain't letting nobody out. But I made that effort to be there because I told her I was gonna be there, or him I was gonna be there, and I'm going. And if I showed up like that to my child's graduation, I don't give a damn what nobody else got to say, because guess what? My child was smiling from ear to ear. So yeah, I'm gonna feel some type of way you blast me on social media because I came there looking like that. Now, as far as
But
the
looking like, to me, it's looking like work.
looking like, and that's what she said in the post. That's what she said in the post. She was talking about some, now that you want to show everybody that you got a job, I'm gonna put your ass on child support. Ma'am, calm down. But this ain't even what we talk about on the show. But
That that is
I
that is
brought it
what we
up.
talking about
I
because
brought
it's
it
talking.
up.
We're
I
talking
brought it
about
up because
emotional
it went
trauma
along with
because.
what we was talking about. But then I was like, if this ain't the most bullshit I done heard in a
But
long time.
but think about it. Is that healing or performing? Like, was she performing for the grant, or because if you don't care nothing about this man, you don't care if he show up,
Why even
and
post it?
you don't even care.
Why even post
You don't even care.
it?
So do you think that when things like that happen, do you think that how do men heal when they have suffered from some type of trauma, whether it's emotional abandonment, whatever it may be? How do men heal? Because
It's not in
seen
the
a lot of
public. I
men
can
being
say
some
that.
bad I've seen a lot of men out here being some bad bitches up here talking about their healing journey
Yeah.
on social media, but I see it. I know some men that are more, they're silent. They have a tight knit
We
group who they talk to.
real men is not in the public healing. It's a man. It's something that we feel like we have to do on our own.
Hmm.
It's something that we oftentimes feel like we don't need no help with when we really do at times. It's harder to accept that healing or advice from women. We feel like we need other men to assist us with healing outside of what we are trying to do on our own. We typically want to figure things out on our own. I think
Hmm.
that's just the nature of a man. I want to figure it out on my own. If there's a complicated issue going on, I'm going to come up with the solution to this complicated issue or whatever. It's difficult because we tend not to want help, and
Yeah.
we can be beat down, broke down to our last, and we still won't accept the help, won't accept the advice because we feel like, nah, I got this. I'm a man. I got to figure this out. I got to do that. I've been there 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times in my life, instead of just actually reaching out for help. Let me figure it out on my own, and next thing you know, you just create more and more of a load on your back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So when you said that you've been there, how do you think? How did you? Number one, how did you overcome that to say that I can ask for help? And you mentioned that. Scratch that. I'm gonna go back to that. You mentioned that men will prefer to get advice from other men.
Hmm.
Why not take advice? What's the problem with getting the advice from women?
I don't think it's a problem, but you're not gonna just say, "Hey, I'm gonna go to a woman to get this advice," especially if it's
Hmm.
a manly issue. You're not gonna go to a woman for a manly issue for advice. No man
Okay.
is no man is not gonna do that. If it's something that's going on within the household, you and your spouse, your wife, your baby mama, things like that, yeah, absolutely. Hey, babe, I was trying to figure out this, just that, and the other. But as far as something that's manly, that's masculine,
What is considered manly and masculine? Tell the people, or give us one example.
it's a lot of things. I guess solutions, like if you're in a situation to where it comes to maybe finances. We'll use finances as an example. Major finances that man is accustomed to handling on his own, and it's not necessarily her responsibility. You know what I'm saying? You might go, "Hey man, I need to figure out how to maneuver this and do that so that I can get back on track with, finances in this situation or this area, or whatever." It could be
Are you speaking more in the term of he got laid off from work or they
correct.
cut hours and stuff
Yeah,
like that? So now the money really not flowing in, and
yeah.
he doesn't. It's hard for him to go to her to say that.
Right, because you at one point you've always took care of that and you've handled that. And so now
Mhm.
you've had a situation or instance to come up to where the money that you was used to handling and dealing with is not flowing in the same capacity as it once was. So now you're trying to figure out, okay, I need to keep this over here
Mhm.
functioning as it always has been, but over here it really ain't acting right. It ain't adding up.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
I understand.
So
Uh, and it's the difference because of the reaction when that arise, when is it because you don't want to be vulnerable, or more so I can get a little bit better advice from my brother over here because he's been through that, because men and women share stuff. So I know I have friends that if they've been through something that I've been through, and when you talk about healing and performing and all that, I do feel comfortable going to ask them, "Hey, I've been through X, Y, and Z. What are the steps that you've taken?" But
mhm.
not diagnosing people, because now on social media, we're diagnosing people with stuff. You know what I'm saying? We're telling people if this person acts like this, and this is what's
Yeah.
wrong with them. They got bipolar 1, they got bipolar 2, or whatever the case
I
may
don't
be.
listen to none of that shit.
Yeah.
I hate all the diagnoses because, and I ain't even gonna get in there, but we can say that for another show. I feel like half the shit that they say is wrong with us ain't even wrong with us.
Some people got some problems though now, D
I
Flowing.
didn't say that they
Because
did not.
there's some real slow and
I
sketchy
listen.
folks
I
out
didn't
here.
listen. I did not say that wasn't the case. I'm saying we will accept anything that physicians and doctors tell us, because you know why? We are not going to go research it ourselves. If a doctor say you got XYZ, what you gonna do?
I'm gonna go and look.
You gonna
And
research it.
I might go and look. I might turn into the Google Doc.
You gonna research it. You gonna be like, okay, doc said I got this, and according to this, these are the symptoms. Now, if I ain't got 5 of the 7 symptoms that the doctor said I got, then I ain't got this. But people go to the doctor and they have one symptom of whatever type of disease that's going on, and the people be like, "Oh yeah, you're right, dog. That's got to be what it is." You got one of the 15 symptoms that go along with that disease.
But don't D-Spoon, now they be doing blood work and stuff. Now you
listen.
You just don't like going to the doctor.
I wish Big Mike was on here right now, because we'll take off with what I'm finna say right now.
Say it, and then I'm gonna clip it and send it to him.
Everybody know that Big Pharma run this shit.
Yeah. They gonna try to get you to get some medicine.
Big Pharma run this shit, and Big Pharma is bigger than these gas prices that's going on. Big Pharma is bigger than the high ass taxes on groceries. Big Pharma, you can't mention nothing when it comes to money without mentioning Big Pharma. I don't give a damn what you say.
So you saying the pharmaceutical community is running the show?
They got everybody.
Okay, so
go to Walgreens. Go to Walgreens. Go through the drive-thru and tell me how the people in the drive-thru.
Them people probably need their medicine. So let me ask you this. You know, some people feel like that, and they feel like, hey, their medicine that they're giving is, some people are misdiagnosed. You know what I'm saying? Let's say that. Absolutely. So when it comes time to healing and therapy, do you think some people like, I'd rather get my stuff from the internet, because now somebody could take this little clip that you just said and say, look, he said it. You know, I had one symptom and I'm supposed to have all 5 of these. Right. But is that necessarily true?
Yeah. Listen, people are all every day misdiagnosed. But I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people are being diagnosed with a lot of shit that don't even really exist. They come up they come up with a different disease every day. A different disease. My left eye watery, but my right eye not watery. Oh yeah.
These gonna be quiet.
You got the Araflins disease.
And you done sit up here and made this shit up.
You got the Araflis disease. Yeah, we've been known about that. That came out 20 years from now, and it's crazy because it's like only 10% of the people in the whole world even get that disease. So what we're gonna have to do, we're gonna have to prescribe you with this pill right here. No, give me some.
And 30 of them cost $99.
No, give me some eye drops and I'll be just fine.
You is a mess. Hey, y'all, continue to follow us and watch us, Bold and Driven EP on YouTube. You gotta like, subscribe, and share. If you over there on Facebook, I see you over there, but you gotta come over here to drop your comments. We back here every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. But I do have a question for everybody, and I got a question for you, D-Spoon. If social media disappeared tomorrow, would people know how to heal without an audience?
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Because everybody need an audience. They need an audience for everything that they do.
Everything.
Follow me while I go to the store. Follow me while I do this.
Me while I get dressed for work. I'm finna put on some work boots, some work pants, and a work shirt. I
done seen posts where people will say, when I get up and clean my house, it makes me feel so much better. So they clean their house on social media. They got 100,000 views and likes. Mm-hmm. And out of that, how many people actually get up and go clean their house and think it's going to make them feel better when they still messy on the inside? Right. You know what I'm saying? You can clean the surface of your house, but you still messy on the inside, because when you're healing, just because you cleaned your house don't mean that you heal.
Yeah.
But
this off subject before we end, and I didn't want to start the show off like this because I didn't want to deaden the show. But rest in peace to my Aunt Benita, who passed away this week. As people say, fuck cancer, fuck cancer. Good woman, I mean, the most positive woman you would ever meet, even until her last days. She was giggling, joking around, and steadily trying to put her wig on and her jewelry on, and knew that she only had days to live.
Don't be calling her out by her wig, because that was
Listen,
her
she
hair.
gonna put that wig on. She was just like one of my other aunties. She would get up, and everybody know the flyers was gonna get all the way dressed up just to run down to wherever the store or to step outside and go next door. She gonna get it together. My Aunt Nita, I love you, and we gonna miss you.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Hey, y'all. Ain't nothing else to be said. Like, subscribe, and share Bold and Driven EP. We're back here next week at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Thursday. We may be taking a little hiatus for 4 weeks, and unless I could get these people to come in and fill in for the host while I'm out for a while. We'll see. I don't know. I asked these spoon to rally up the troops, but he ain't got back with me yet.
Oh, it ain't nothing to rally up the troops because the people that I fool with me. If you know what I
Oh
mean.
my
Yeah.
goodness. Hey y'all, let us know how you healing. Are you healing or are you performing? If the internet was supposed, if social media would disappear tomorrow, would you still be doing that same healing that you doing on social media? Y'all out here burning candles, y'all lighting sage, y'all giving motivational speeches in the car on the way to work. Y'all doing a whole lot of stuff. But if it was not an audience, are you truly healing? For me, I healed in private. I just, it's no need to rehash the trauma because I might not even want to see that shit in a year and it pop up on my screen because I'm healed. Then it's back up on my screen. And then I gotta relive it. They say 12 years ago, this where you was at. Now my hair all over my head. I'm looking a mess. And then now I done slipped back into a little depression because some stuff is triggers. Some stuff you gotta take it in and throw it out. It ain't, you don't have to forget about it because it may resurface in your mind. But what do you do when it resurfaces in your mind? Do you let it marinate there and sink in, or you think about it, think about how you overcame and you moved on? If you
Yeah.
need some help, go see a licensed therapist. Go see a licensed social worker. Go
Absolutely.
see somebody that can actually provide you the guidance that you actually need. Yes, you can follow some social media platforms. You can follow some people who may have a lot of good advice for you, but your healing and my healing are going to be totally different
Mhm.
because everybody's circumstances are different. You cannot say that you've been through the exact same thing that I've been through and you know how I am feeling. Hey,
Yeah.
y'all, we have been here. Thank you for joining us. We back here next Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Bold and Dreaming EP. TMI it is on a hiatus, I think, for the rest of June. So y'all gotta keep on following, like, and subscribe to see when he's gonna pop back out. And then the T is with for Tracy. She's still here on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you're looking for a home to host your podcast, you want to know how to get your podcast started, DM my boy, Mr. TMI Tape. You can find him on all platforms. And I think Bold and Driven, I think we get you rolling and get you set up. Give you a little something to do. I just do this just to be doing. I don't even know why I'm doing it. I ain't looking for fame. I ain't trying to be no content creator. I'm supposed to be posting workout videos. I be forgetting to post the shit. I'm supposed to be helping people heal. Yeah. Now I'm supposed to be helping people with their fitness journey. Hit me up at Ms. New Fit on IG. D Spoon, you got something to say before we out of here?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're healing, more power to you. Keep healing. If you're not healing,
What?
if you're not
Oh,
healing, more power to you.
oh
Keep
my
healing.
goodness. That was, can you start
listen,
over?
listen.
Because we about to start singing Take Me to the King. I don't have much to bring.
Listen. Truth is, I'm tired. Options are few. Hey, no, man, for real, man. Hey, it's nothing wrong with
Options are
needing
not few.
help.
You and
Nothing
I am
wrong.
not
No,
tired.
no, for our people, our color people, because a lot of color people who feel like, oh, it ain't for us to. Hey, it's
Why we
nothing.
gotta be colored?
It's nothing. It's nothing wrong with seeking professional help. It's nothing wrong with seeing a therapist if you need a therapist. You know, it's a lot of us that's beat up, beat down. We went through a lot in our life, and it's hard for us to really just, you know, just get over that hump to properly heal, and it's going to take a little help, professional help. So if you're out there under the sound of our voice, as the preacher say, anybody under the sound of our voice tonight that need professional help, seek professional help.
Be
It's nothing wrong
quiet.
with that.
Sound your voice
Take
step
me
forward.
to the king.
No. All right. Y'all, we are out of here. We're back here next week, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Holla. I can't even put the bud. Look, I don't know why you get off the screen because we can still hear you
Hey,
laughing. That's the
truth
thing.
is, I'm tired. I've
And look,
seen
as soon as
about
we get off of
you.
here, we gonna remember all them songs
I'm
that
trying to heal, but how about you? I'm all burnt out.
so you don't remix these people's songs.
No, because why was we singing about songs about wanting to die and wanting to be like? No, I'm being for real because you look. I can't think of these other songs right now because we sat there and talked about 2, 3 of them back to back, and I was in the kitchen doing something. I don't know if I was checking on the food, and I was like, why was we singing these songs talking about dying? And we ain't even live. Like there's people in there that's 10, 11, 12 years old in there singing these same exact songs. Like,
Goodbye, y'all. We are back
why
here
would we
next
put
week.
that in our spirit?
Hey, we back here next week, Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.